Hi, for today's teardown, this colorful audio cockpit control panel from an old airliner probably. So what do we have here? We have from Aire in Wichita, Kansas, USA of course. Control panel type 729-2, serial number 128. We have here some calibration or workshop sticker with a date code from September 1990. Big multi-pin connector. This must be maybe a modification record. And this is my own inventory number. So back cover just pressed aluminium. On the front we have a little logo of the manufacturer here, the type number here, the serial number handwritten here, as you can see, and a whole lot of buttons to control everything about the pilot and co-pilot audio. We have speaker and marker push buttons. We have a volume control, alternative or normal selector, VHF 1, 2, VHF FM, HF, interphone and public address, with matching push buttons probably, allowing to mix several sources together or something like this. We have this one is a momentary button, I do not know what it is for. And again ADF, nav 1, nav 2 and nothing, with a voice push button. And the most interesting thing is the colors. I believe we might have bulbs behind each one of them that will light them up when activated. And lastly here a boom or mask selector for your audio microphone and speakers probably. Okay, so let's open the cover and see what we have inside. So just two quick release fasteners as always. So the cover has nothing except insulating material piece here. Here is what we have on the first side. You can see the push buttons are actually regular, almost commercial grade push buttons. Quite interesting in fact. They are the kind of push buttons you may find in your old stereo equipment. Nothing very fancy here. These ones seem a little bit better. You can see the mechanism to have only one selected at a time. But the contacts are directly here in fact. Little springs, not even a cover over the pieces. So really not very expensive parts it seems. At least this selector is a real aircraft grade component. This switch here also, and here a very nice AB potentiometer. So what else? Here we have a telephone kind momentary selector unit. You find them. It is a kind of a device you may find in a telephone, old telephone. And we have the wiring is quite well made and tied. The big multi-pin connector with wires soldered to it, with little heat shrink each time. The edge connector for the circuit board, which we will pull right now. It is yes, just pressed in. So what do we have in this? We have very big blue total lamp caps a few regular QN 956 transistors, pots, a whole bunch of diodes, and this quite nice relays. So this must be the part number of the board. Amplifier assembly. I'm not sure, yes, in fact the relays are socketed. The green part is the socket and the relay itself is the grey part. So this acts as a retainer for the relays. Made by Claire and Co. So regular brand of mid-grade relays. And here a little Torotel 10 microhenry inductor. Yes, only 2 pins on it. It is here in red body, quite interesting. So this is just some kind of amplifier assembly, obviously, and selecting with relays, different audio sources. We have one more relay here, probably a relay. Yes. No, in fact, it must be some kind of transformer, maybe, or filter. It is written, I will try to zoom in for you, but it will not be really easy. No, it is riveted in place. So it is written band reject with source and load at 500 ohms. The band pass, yes, in fact it is something you can configure in 2 ways, in fact, according how you will connect it. Either it is a band reject or band pass. So it is some kind of filter you can configure to filter noise maybe from the audio, and it is in this very nice metal can with glass insulated connect terminals. And here also I just notice these little terminals here connected together. So it must allow to configure maybe some things in the functions of a box. But for now all the wires of the same color are simply bridged together. So nothing terribly complicated. You can see this. Do we have a backlight? Yes, in fact we have this big epoxy, clear epoxy piece here, and some wires going probably to the front for the backlight unit, but I do not see bulbs in fact going inside these switches. So probably the switches themselves will not light up when pressed. I wonder what is the goal of this plexiglass piece, as the front piece backlight is built in here. Quite interesting. So maybe I can try to undo the buttons and undo the front plate. So this is just unscrewing. Quite easy. So I will undo the knobs and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So actually it was a little bit more work than expected, because I had to undo the top row of buttons. Here is how they look like, and just attached with one Bristol spline set screw. So you really need Bristol spline wrench when you work on aircraft equipment. And maybe, in fact, I am wondering if this white OLED diffuser does not diffuse light, in fact, from a single light source somewhere, but I do not see it. And in fact, when it is pressed in, the button here will collect the light through this clear piece and diffuse it to the front. I guess this might be what happens. Let me see if I find my light here. Yes, it is probably what happens. Yes. In fact, if we put light in this piece, when the button is pressed, it will collect the light. More or less. Yes. Okay. So, if you wonder what a Bristol spline would look like, it is this kind of castellated Allen screw, like an Allen but with little castle things. So I am left with 4 screws to remove, and hopefully the front plate will come off, revealing probably the wall backlight system. Because I see in fact 3 terminals going to the front plate, so and I believe it is really the first time I undo it. I do not remember undoing it previously, so in particular removing all the buttons on the top. Okay, oh, it should be quite easy. It should be quite easy, I said. I will press the buttons in, it will be a little bit more. Okay, so here we have, yes, the front piece with these light collectors here. If I shine light in them, it will probably, yes, where they are. Here we have one, well, you get the idea. And here is the main backlight assembly. These little bulbs go to the holes in the front to collect the light. We have a little foam kind of seals to avoid probably dust getting inside. Testing. And I do not see any other light. Maybe it is on the back of this PCB. Yes, in fact, here is there. Look, 2 legs here are soldered in. So we have a light network, a bulb network on the other side. Here it is. So it will light in this diffuser, and exactly as I said, it will shine light through the buttons when they are pressed in. So they are actually quite a clever design, because it avoids having one light per button, and with the need of controlling it and eventually replacing it. So quite a clever system here. And this is just a very thin PCB which is soldered with 3 wires to the main unit. Okay, so quite a clever design. The only weird thing with this unit is actually the quite cheap choice of selectors, push button selectors. They are not extra quality, I believe. Well, maybe silver coated at least, but they do not look really aircraft grade. We even have some rust here on the metal part. About the construction of the box, we have the front plate, the fasteners, the standoffs with guide for the PCB and rear plate. So a really simple construction, probably a quite cost-effective unit. Most of the price must be in the rear connector, in the military relays, this thing here, and also all the assembly work, I guess. Okay, so I hope you did enjoy this little teardown. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.